Opet ono. Opet ono. Jebo joj mamu retardiranu.
Getting on well? So here's the thing. Your here's what's so bizarre about ChatGPT. Your ChatGPT is going to feed you based on your inputs. So is mine. So my ChatGPT says, yes, the Bolsheviks and the Soviet regime targeted and persecuted religious Jews.
Carried out a systemic campaign to kill Jews because they were Jewish. It literally said that.
Stupid.
Yeah, I think originally they were, and there was a purge by Stalin, but I don't think it was 8 million. I think it was purged at some of the top
It's
officials.
fucking bullshit. There wasn't even 8 million Jews there. How could there be 8 million Jews in
There
fucking
wasn't.
Russia?
Yeah, I haven't researched the
You know how many
bullshit.
Jews there were
There
in
was a
Germany?
lot of Jews in Russia.
You know how many Jews
Sure,
there
it's
were
one of the
in
biggest.
2 million, I think, or something.
1939?
Now this debate's a 2-on-1. So if we're going to go 2-on-1,
I'll sit out.
you can sit out, but you could talk. But
I'll chill for a second.
Are you saying that Jake lost so bad that he needed a fill-in?
He's a nice
I'm
guy.
we're having a conversation.
Yo, nobody said anything like that. What the
just
fuck?
declared me the
Yeah, let's
winner.
have more of a conversation.
Jake is a super fucking nice guy that can like rip your head off and shit down your neck at any given time. He's like the epitome of like the guy that doesn't have to beat it on his chest because he's such a fucking badass. But he's also like a super nice guy.
You were being too nice. We
He's
should
like
have
a
hung out last
typical
night.
Gentile, you know, like.
Wait, typical Gentiles.
Hey, welcome in, guys. What's up?
And that Gentiles won't screw other Gentiles, you know?
Not historically.
Not
Not like
historically.
Jews that fuck over.
So you don't think that like let's say that there was a world where Jews weren't a part of it. It was only, you think it would be some kumbaya moment, lions sleeping with lambs?
I think there would be issues, just a lot less.
It's so naive, Dan.
Why?
Because throughout history, Gentile nations have warred against each other even when there were no Jews present.
Yeah, but a lot of the wars were started by Jews.
Look at Stu Peters. He just rug pulled and stole all this money from all these anti-Semites, and everybody was like,
That's still up for
that
debate.
shows you, Stu Peters is
I'm not
a,
gonna talk on it because I don't know about it.
Stu Peters is a very clear example that not all Jews are bad and not all Gentiles are good.
I didn't say all Gentiles are good, and I didn't say all Jews are bad. I just said that Jews are disproportionately causing problems, and that they also have a supremacist belief system, and it's built into their religion that it's okay to fuck over non-Jews. So when you
Hey, what
have
up, bro?
the mentality that like you're better than other people, you're gonna act like an asshole. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
Nice.
every Jew is bad.
Like the
I'm
way
saying
you
every
censored that.
Christian is good. What I am saying is that Christians don't teach
Fuck
each
around, I
other,
heard you
hey,
canceled.
can
Hey,
fuck
12
with
people in here.
Jews.
Let's see if I get a hit.
They're not Christian.
Got Phantasmal.
Jews, on the other hand,
23.
so when you have a supremacist
We don't teach that,
belief,
actually.
it's fucking
No,
it's
we don't.
It's in your
You-
Talmud. It literally says.
You want to go to the Talmud with me?
Go to the Talmud. Please go to the Talmud. Hey! Fucking hit! Let's go, baby!
You're gonna pull up the meme that I did a
No, I'm not
3-hour
gonna pull up-
documentary
No,
on.
I'm not gonna pull a meme. I'm gonna
Damn it,
pull
I dropped the
exact
phone.
Translation.
Let's
Because
do
there was
it.
a meme, and then there was like.
I
a
have
whole
done
That-
this show so many times.
I guess I'm switching.
Hey, we got a hit, baby!
But I can give you the exact.
Hit that like, guys. That deserves a like.
Jake, Adam King and Jake
I got kicked out of my
You
debate.
got kicked off your own show.
I looked at my text message and everyone's mad at me. Apparently, I was being too nice.
Really?
They're like, oh, you're.
This is
was
what I
trying to
don't
have a
understand,
conversation, but
because
let's
look,
do it.
if we don't talk to each other, we're gonna end up killing each other. The only way that we
Some
make
people-
peace,
Some people want that.
a lot of people do want that, but the only way that we're gonna make peace
Yeah.
is by making it.
I should have gone a little harder on something.
Bro, we want peace. You
We're
don't.
not gonna make peace
This
if
one
we
came
just
up.
wanna fight each other till one of us dies. That's just the bottom line.
This one came up. This is the Mishnah Torah.
Okay.
If by contrast.
What's the quote? The exact line. Let me pull it up on Safari.
I'm gonna read you the exact.
Give me the reference.
passage.
Okay.
So this is, if by contrast a Jewish male enters into relations with a Gentile woman, when he does so intentionally, she should be executed. She is executed because she caused it
I know
to
which one
be
you're talking
involved
about.
in an unseemly transgression, as is the law with regard to an animal. This applies regardless.
Hey,
of
welcome
whether
in,
the
guys. Hit
Gentile
that like.
woman was a minor of 3 years of age or an adult.
Say
whether she
what?
is single or married, and it applies to if even the Jew is a minor of 9 years of age, she is executed.
What?
This punishment is explicitly mentioned in the Torah.
What?
As Numbers,
It sounds like you're reading off of a commentary. What is
a
it?
literal.
I didn't know it said that in there.
Mishnah Torah, forbidden intermarriage. No, this is, okay, hold on.
It's a
This is
direct
quote.
quote. This is a direct
Hold
quote.
on.
This is
Can
not
I
like
see?
an interpretation.
I'm gonna find the
This is
quote. Give
what
me a
it
second.
says. And so it's saying that if an adult fucks a 3-year-old, that you should kill the 3-year-old if it's a non-Jew, because
No, you're missing. I know this exactly.
He just read it verbatim, bro.
An entire segment.
What do I need in there to tell me that
the Talmud is
you should kill the child because the child caused the Jews?
Let me speak, or else you're just preaching.
Go ahead.
So, the Talmud is comprised of literally at least 20,000 authors.
Okay.
So I believe, and I'm going to pull this up. Actually, let me get my glasses.
Hey, the dude's like counter just keeps going up.
I remember this one from a previous debate.
I love the fact checking system.
I don't want to misquote my answer, but
Check
I want to find the exact page.
Hey, look at me, guys. Hit that like button.
That are going on for like 5 pages.
Subscribe, guys. Welcome, Mr. Pag. What up, bro?
Actual source reference, and then we can learn the whole page, not the line.
Okay.
Happy to do that.
I just got a hit. You missed it. Wiggly
I
tough.
think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the part about Midian. That I'm not entirely.
I know. Welcome in, guys.
I don't want to misquote anything.
Hit that like and subscribe.
But,
Let's learn.
We will go through.
Okay.
So but you're talking about the Torah. That's not the Talmud.
That's one.
The Mishnah is the writings of the Rambam. That was 1,000 years ago. That's not Talmud.
That's part of the Talmud.
It's not. The Rambam was Rabbi Moshe Maimonides. He was a
Pay attention. You'll see about what.
To the Sultan of
It's
Egypt.
good shit. It's very interesting. I'm learning.
So the Talmud is the Mishnah. These are the Tanaim. They span for about a period of 300 or so years. After them came the Amoraim, which is another 300 to 400 years, and then the Rishonim, the Tanai, the.
What up, Rage Kings?
This is the Mishnah.
Rage K Rips. I mean, lips. Rage K Lips.
He comes much later than the Talmud. This is not from the Talmud at all.
Okay. I mean, I think it's still egregious. But
the Rambam says a lot of things that are egregious. In fact, the Rambam says towards the end of the Rambam's life,
the capital of Canada.
All he did was write
Canada.
Chuvas. What Chuvas are is when they
America,
write
motherfucker.
something based on something that they said in the past, saying, I was wrong, I didn't support this. So one thing that we learned from the Rambam is that he was writing Chuvas all the way up until his death. So we don't know what the Rambam
Shanghai
didn't get to write a Chuva for. We don't know what he felt.
You're wrong side of the
world,
bro.
That he wrote.
The Rambam was, but
that's who you're quoting.
Soldiers that abducted a non-Jewish girl, they gang raped her over 3 days and they killed her. And it was decided and carried out. They washed her, cut her hair, raped her, and then killed her. And this is from an Israeli article.
So are we talking about a modern Israeli thing, or are we talking about the Rambam still?
No, modern Israeli. I'm giving you examples of how this is being carried out today.
So what you guys like to do is you guys like to cherry pick certain things and then weave them all together and say all the Jews are this, and that's the argument.
All the Jews are this, but when you have in your religious book of text that it's okay to fuck over a non-Jew, it's okay to steal from a non-Jew, it's okay to rape a non-Jew, and then you've got real-world examples of them doing that in Israel, and there's no consequence. That's clearly evidence that that's part of your law, and the.
Oh, we left. Hey, thanks for being here. At least fuck it.
Law, so
it's not actually.
That's what it says.
The Shulchan Aruch is the Jewish code of law.
Okay, well, why do they list
the Talmud? The Talmud are ancient arguments that took place from this thing called the Anshe Knesset Gedolah, when the Jews came back from the original Babylonian exile after 70 years. Ezra the Sofer, the book of Ezra from the Bible, he's a Tana. He's also a Navi, the last of the prophets. These are the writings. These are the collected writings of all the prophets, all the ancient judges like Joshua from the times of Moses.
Okay.
And they're all compiled
I don't need
inside.
The whole dissertation. I'm just going to read you what it says.
Well, if you bring up a topic,
I'm just going to read you what it says.
If you're going to crash the debate and then bring up a topic, you got to let me explain it.
Bro, your like count is up there. Come on, who the fuck are you talking to?
I'm telling you what it says when you just Google it. The Talmud is the central text of rabbinic Judaism as the primary source of religious law, Hakna, and theology.
Halacha.
Okay, until the advent of modernity in nearly all communities, the Talmud was the centerpiece.
They're God's chosen people, bro. Watch what you say.
The foundation to all Jewish thought and aspirations, serving as the guide, the daily life of Jews. The Talmud includes teachings and opinions of thousands of rabbis on a variety of subjects, including blah, 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 blah. So it's saying that it's like the second most important.
Yo, welcome, Wesley.
Rabbinic text.
So what happened with the Talmud? Basically, like I said,
Primary source
the
of
Mishnah, the Gemara, the Rishonim, the Achraim, they all carry down this tradition that goes into the Shulchan Aruch, which was written by Rabbi Yosef Karo in the 1400s. And the Shulchan Aruch is the unified book of all law for Ashkenazim, Sephardim, every Jew on earth. The code of law is called the Shulchan Aruch, and the law is halakha. So the Talmud is where it all stems from. It's arguments of 20,000 people. Many people that, like the people who quote Talmud quotes, they were wrong in the argument. They lost the debate.
It took 2,000 years to take it out. Why would it still be in there?
We don't take them out. They were part of the conversation
Sorry.
that created the
I had
law.
to disappear for a second.
But that is the law.
I'm back.
You know the difference between the
No.
Jew and the ancient Egyptians?
Christ is
besides the
king.
fact that we're still here and they're not. If you go to
Yeah,
an
he is.
Egyptian monument, they'll say, this pharaoh was so great. He did everything
I like you,
right.
Louis.
He was righteous and wonderful. You go to the next obelisk, same thing. It never says they fucked up, they ran the nation into the ground. You open the book of Kings. You open the book of Judges. They're fucking up all the time. We are writing our sins. We are airing them out. We are saying, yes, we sinned. We did things that were not okay in the eyes of Hashem in the ancient world. We were sent into exile because of that.
Okay.
We don't cover up
Okay.
our mistakes.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about covering up mistakes. I'm saying, like,
Who's this guy? We got another now?
We're going 4-on-1. We brought you.
A 3-on?
We brought you.
Is this another Fuentes thing I gotta deal with? Who's rage quitting?
I'm staying out of it now.
Who's
I'm just
rage
moderating because it's not fair to go 2-on-1. But this works for me.
Oh, okay.
No one else will join.
He's in-house. He's not joining. Okay, good. Did you? That was like the worst.
Nobody,
It's always
just me.
hard when you bring in new people, and it's like, I remember when we were doing that debate, and I didn't even know Zirka was coming in.
They're good. He's kind of funny. But he's
Kind of.
aggressive, huh?
Kind
He
of.
can be kind of aggressive.
And he just came into Zig Heil and tried to trip me up because they were losing and they didn't want. And then Gavin with the rage quit. So it's always hard when you bring new people
like
into it.
Islam better than Christianity.
It was a 15-minute conversation about the Catholic crimes against the Jewish people. 67 popes directly made edicts to kill Jews. And I was talking about specific books because they don't.
He's
the
lying.
truth is that
He's not lying.
the Torah and
He's
Catholicism
spitting facts.
have certain.
He's spit two
Catholicism likes
facts.
to preach that it's a replacement theology. And they need to limit, or some popes have felt that if Judaism is allowed to flourish, people will question Jesus in a lot of different ways.
well, I mean, they are at odds.
So
No, it's a debate.
In the debate, we were talking about different artifacts. I did an episode on my show with Rabbi Benjamin Blech, who was very close with John Paul II.
Benjamin Black.
And he
Cool name.
actually went to the Vatican and was afforded to see actual artifacts from the Rambam, actually. Certain pages of the Rambam that were missing because they stole them, and we don't have his answer. So like you're quoting Mishnah Torah. There's a lot of the Rambam that the Vatican has that Jews aren't allowed to see, so a lot of the discussions in the Rambam are unresolved because of that. So he was actually afforded the opportunity to see in the catacombs. We were talking about like artifacts and whatnot, and that's what when that's when it came up. He's like, would you rather? Because we were talking, and I said specifically, I said I see a very big difference between Christians and Catholics. First of all, Protestantism went through so much conflict just to be independent and have their own form of Jesus.
I mean, look, we can talk about the
That's
old shit.
Lutheran. That's not.
I mean, listen, we can talk about the old
You're
shit.
the one bringing up the old shit.
I'm giving you real-world examples of where this stuff is being.
You've given me an example of a poor rape victim.
Okay, I'll
May
give
they
you
be?
another one. How about the IDF taps chief rabbi who once seemed to permit wartime rape?
Who? Never heard. Why do you hear this, but I don't
I mean,
ever
this
hear
isn't
this?
a time
So
for
the ones
this,
the guy
though.
that said
I'm
they
not-
kill babies
I'm
is
not
a hobby.
bringing that like obscure shit.
I don't want to make it too
I have to have
Front
Shiva.
page, Times
I
of
don't
Israel.
care also. Women's enlisted. But these are just memes. Do you have the actual
That's not a
article?
meme, that's a fucking article.
No, that's a
from
pic-
the
that's a
Times.
picture.
tons of
No,
I know,
articles like
because
this.
it's
Do you have
attached
the-
to this, which is,
Can I see the article?
Well, this is, yeah.
You mean all your memes are attached in a picture file?
No,
Dan!
No.
You can't crash a debate and do that.
You wanted the Talmud shit, so I'm giving you a list of Talmud quotes with real-world implementation.
Oh, so they made like
Well, then you
they
see the
made
guy that
it.
says they kill babies as a hobby, and then you rolled it back. It was a government. It was a government official in Israel. Here,
That's
I'll look it up. I
ridiculous.
don't know his name.
That's so forbidden in Judaism.
Oh boy.
What's forbidden in Judaism?
To harm children?
That's not true at all.
It is true.
You guys
Why would I
suck on
play-
the penises of babies and give them herpes.
Let's
What?
talk about
No, that's
fees
wild.
to pay. Do you know what it is?
Here's
I mean,
here's
you're
Yes,
sucking
you do.
That's a
on-
wild
you're
claim.
Sucking on the penis of a baby.
First of all, that's not widely practiced in Judaism.
Sucking on the penis of a what?
I have a bris milah. I have a bris milah. I wasn't.
Yeah, there you go. There's the article. You want the non-picture version? There it is.
I never had Mafitz Bepay. Nobody I know.
Hey, welcome
had
in, guys.
Mafitz
Hit that like
Bepay.
and subscribe.
It doesn't happen.
I'm trying to see if I can get a hit. I'll just white flare pack.
Okay.
I've never seen Mafitz
But
Bepay.
why does it happen? Why is it allowed
It's like
to
an
happen?
old
Why can
world. It's like an Amish thing.
Okay,
Like,
the
do you?
Amish don't suck the dick of children.
What I'm saying is, when I say it's an
Suck
Amish
the
thing,
dick
I'm
to
saying
what?
it's like, there is a word. First of all,
What?
it shouldn't happen. I don't support it. I want to condone it. I don't support Mafitz Bepay. I think it's strange that like such a minor thing
Strange.
is not widely
Yo, that's
accepted.
wild.
In fact, most
That's an understatement.
It's a very
Don't
minor
suck
thing.
on a child's dick and give
You're
them
missing my
herpes.
point.
Like, I
You're
think that's
you're
a-
missing.
Sorry, I'm
my
not trying to
point.
laugh at
The
that.
fact
It's
that that's
crazy.
even like allowed and that's not condemned by your religion is crazy.
I condemn it.
Okay, but you're one guy.
Many rabbis condemn it also.
I haven't heard it. I mean, but
Yeah, because you don't look for it. You look for where you can blame Jews, not where
Oh
you're.
man.
You don't
Sorry, I
fact
can't
check
stop laughing.
It
yourself.
happened to be caused by Jews almost every time. I didn't just like wake
I
up
wanna
and
ask you a
say,
question.
hey, it's the Jews.
You said something once, not to change the subject, but maybe it's a good thing to change the subject. You said you would rather eat cow dung than kiss the Western Wall.
Yes.
You would really eat cow dung?
Then pledge allegiance to that fucking.
Not to pledge allegiance to the
Absolutely.
state. The wall has nothing to do with the state.
That I would not.
The wall
kiss
is
that.
God's.
That wall to me represents fucking genocide. It represents
I would love.
apartheid. It represents supremacy. It
Get him,
represents
Dan.
all sorts of things.
If
that
it
are
represents
adamantly
apartheid, why
Look
are
at that
the
like
Jews
counter.
the ones not allowed on the
Look at that
temple?
light counter.
I don't know your religious
The
practice.
Jews are the ones who are apartheided.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Bullshit
What?
they've done. They've
This
done-
is the first
They-
time
they-
in history that Jews are allowed to go to selected Arab countries, Dubai.
That has nothing to do with
What the fuck kind of lie is that?
Apartheid would mean that a Jewish Supreme Court justice wouldn't be allowed to be an Arab. But Israel has a Supreme Court justice as an Arab. That wouldn't be allowed in apartheid. You're misappropriating the term. It is true.
I'm not misappropriating.
Arabs serve in the Knesset. Arabs are in the government. Arabs are in the police force.
Okay.
Arabs are in the military.
Cool, it's their country. They did a fucking
No,
study.
it's Israel. Yeah, they're Israeli citizens.
They
If
did
there
a
was
study,
apartheid,
and more
they
Israelis
wouldn't have
live you're operating in apartheid than otherwise. More than half.
That's retarded.
Well, tell your fucking
Dog, you're
citizens,
retarded.
because that's what they said. They believe that
Citizens.
you're operating in
Citizens,
apartheid.
are you listening right now?
Yeah, I think the Temple Mount.
You know-
that was a terrorist came in and he killed it. Like
No, that's
50 or
Barak
60.
Goldstein, and he did that to prevent a massacre actually. And I know the
He
family.
killed terrorism to prevent a massacre.
They were plotted. They
killing women and children.
no. They were in the mosque, stockpiling weapons. They were about to.
No.
Yeah, I know the family. I know his daughter.
That was a complete terrorist act. He came in.
You're talking about Barak Goldstein from like
the guy,
50
the
years
guy
ago.
that came in and just
40 years ago?
shot up the
In
mosque.
Hebron.
I believe that's it when I look it up. That was not
Yeah,
a
they were
terrorist
like about
act.
ready to. They were about ready to massacre the
Making
people
this
of
up.
Hebron. I'm not making it up.
They were not.
Yeah, they were.
All right.
Yo,
You
lie
can't
on
just
top of
suggest-
lie, bro.
Let me ask
Crazy.
you a question, Dick. Why are you guys so obsessed with just Israel?
Because we're
Our
fucking
country's
funding a
getting
What about
genocide
other
right
countries?
now.
What about other countries
You know,
that
like
we're
what,
funding?
what other countries committed
Name one.
genocide?
First of
Name
all,
one.
using
On our dollar. On our fucking dollar.
Trillions.
come on, Jake. I mean, Dan. Trillions.
Did we not fight the fucking Iraq war for you guys? Did Netanyahu not come to Congress and testify that there's weapons of mass destruction? Have you guys not
Do you know-
led us into every
Do you actually
fucking
know
conflict?
who gave the intelligence to the Americans that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction?
I know Netanyahu testified in front of Congress.
It
and
was
said
Germany.
that, and they said that it would be way
It
better
was
off.
Germany. And do you know who actually built Saddam Hussein's weapons of mass
He
destruction
didn't
program?
have any.
He did actually.
He didn't have.
He was
He didn't
caught
have
with
it. What the
massive
fuck?
amounts of weapons of mass destruction. He didn't have nuclear missiles.
Okay.
He had a plutonium reactor that was
That's a
destroyed
lie.
by
What
Israel.
about Dimona? What about the fucking
Hold
nuclear
on.
program that you guys?
Now
have?
you're pivoting because you're losing.
No, I don't. I know there was no weapons of mass destruction. You're talking about a nuclear
This
reactor.
book that I gave Jake is an amazing book. You should also read it. I've given
No
these
nuclear
two
weapons
books.
in Iraq.
These will, if you want to be a Nazi, these will improve your Nazi game.
That's fucked up. Why would you call him that? That's so
Like
fucked up.
sidetracking now.
I'm not
That
sidetracking.
guy who absolutely
Hold on, let me answer
testified
your question.
in front of Congress
I was in the middle of
that
answering your
mass
question.
destruction, There was not.
Alan Dulles, very well documented in this book, negotiated, along with Germany, the dissolution of the German state, and the German NSDAP moved itself into other countries. Egypt, Nasser's Egypt was entirely NSDAP.
What is
Keep
this-
lying.
I'm answering your question. We're talking about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. They came from Germany.
Weapons of mass destruction. There was no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq.
Yes, there were.
No, there was not.
Yes, there were.
No, everyone knows.
There was
No, we know
massive
that.
amounts of gas and chemical agents.
Books, I got you.
Was there chemical?
There's a Hitler speech.
Is this 'cause I-
Animal Publishing from my sponsors, in case you want to. Hey guys, Jake Schultz here. As you know, I have a free speech podcast. To keep that going, it's important to have sponsors and support them. If you want to support them and me, go to
Yeah, go for it, Jake.
animalpillpublishing.com
Bro.
and be sure to use the promo code FIGHTBACK. We have tons of different books that are hard to get. Today I recommend Opiate of the Masses. It's a full journalistic investigation into the opiate crisis in America. So again, support the podcast, animalpillpublishing.com and the promo code FIGHTBACK.
Jake Shields built his name in the cage. Now he's taking the fight to the narrative. The Fight Back podcast doesn't hold back. No filters, no corporate strings. If you're tired of the same recycled lies, support real independence.
Hell yeah, Jake.
Visit fightbackpodcast.com. Pick up something from the shop. Because truth needs muscle. And you're part of the resistance.
Real man's voice back on that motherfucking
Okay,
track. What the
Let it
hell?
off.
Was there
Need
There's
real
chemical
man's
weapons, but
voice
no
on
nukes.
that, man.
there was no nukes, but a weapon of mass destruction includes
Great
chemical
food.
weapons.
Okay, no, Iraq did not possess weapons of mass destruction. WMDs at the time the U.S. led the invasion in fucking 2003. Like, what the fuck?
Fact.
Why are you just like?
Okay, your chat
Fact.
GPT said that. My
Sure,
chat
about using
GPT
our
said
lives.
yes, Iraq had chemical weapons and used them extensively, particularly
I
under
believe
Saddam
weapons of mass
Hussein.
destruction.
Do you know
not
about the
chemical warfare.
halajba? Do you know what the halajba was?
The fuck are you talking about? Weapons of mass destruction.
I'm telling
You're
you.
talking about chemical
I'm
warfare.
telling
You're
you.
talking about weapons of mass destruction.
I'm telling you.
I put it right in.
The
and it said no.
halajba was when Saddam Hussein brought in Palestinians and gassed the Kurds with weapons of mass destruction in order to take.
That's not weapons of mass destruction.
That's a weapon of mass
No, it's
destruction.
not.
Well, not according to fucking.
Fucking
Confirmed
idiot. What the
Use,
fuck?
1980 to 1988. Mustard gas, nerve agents,
And where did you get
sarin,
them?
taboon, used against Iran.
Those are chemical weapons.
Thousands were killed.
Those are chemical weapons.
Okay,
The Halajba massacre.
Those are
Saddam's
chemical weapons, not weapons of mass
Kurdish city
destruction.
of Halajba in order aftermath
motherfucker.
discovery, UN weapons inspections later documented and destroyed large stockpiles of Iraqi chemical weapons.
Chemical weapons.
Iraq admitted to producing 3,850
Chemical weapons,
tons of
not
chemical
weapons of mass
weapon
destruction.
agents before the Gulf War.
I think it's different though between having gas and nuclear weapons.
It wasn't nuclear, but he did have a plutonium reactor.
Yeah, but he wasn't making a nuke.
He was making a plutonium bomb, and Israel blew it up.
Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't.
I think that's bullshit.
I don't think he was.
Why
There's a
does
fact
why
right
does
there.
Israel have fucking nukes in the first place?
They stole it from America.
Bro,
Fuck you,
I
guys.
don't care. and I love the fact that we do.
Lying motherfucker.
Okay, but you guys are like going fucking nuts about Iran having them, and you guys illegally acquired
You
them.
should too, because we have them, or supposedly have them.
You guys acquired
And if
them
Iran
from
has
the United
them-
States.
Do you know that Iran's target isn't even really Israel?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
They don't give a shit about America.
Yeah,
It's-
they don't like us because,
now
it's because we
you're
funded
It's
it.
Saudi Arabia.
Iran is a fucking big threat to America.
It's Saudi Arabia, Dan.
Why would they want to kill Saudi Arabia?
Because you don't understand Islam. In Islam, the Sunni and the Shia have been at war with each other since the beginning of Islam.
Yeah.
If Iran destroyed Israel overnight and wiped it out, They're not done. They're not complete. Their game isn't over. Their story isn't finished. Their story finishes when their 12th Imam comes and takes the Mecca and walks all the way to Saudi Arabia and conquers Saudi Arabia. Why do you think Saudi Arabia is entering into the Abraham Accords? And why did Qatar leave Iran?
That's why ISIS.
Why did Qatar leave Iran, give 1.2 trillion to Trump, and meet with Ronald Lauder, the chairman of the World Zionist Congress, on television? The Emir of Qatar met with Ron Lauder. Sold out? That's what you think it is.
Yeah.
So what does that mean, sold out? Like he had to be committed to Iran going to war against Saudi Arabia?
Supremacy.
He sided with Saudi Arabia.
Okay, who's siding
With America and the money.
You want to know something? There's an expression that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And when it comes to Iran, there is
What is that?
no greater conflict in the world of hatred than the Shia versus the Sunni. They will kill each other till the end of time.
So why are they not doing it?
They are doing it constantly. Constantly. Everywhere on TV you could see it. They even fight each other in the streets of England.
Last time Iran and Saudi went to fucking battle.
It actually, Iraq, because they battled Iraq. They bordered each other. Saddam Hussein.
Proxy
It's
wars.
about 20,
Yeah,
25
and
years
then,
ago.
and no, not 25 years ago. And then afterwards, you know, I was actually very involved in this, the Battle of Kirkuk, when the Iranians took Kirkuk from Iraq after we pulled out of Iraq.
Okay, well, what's that got to do with America?
These are very important strategic things.
I don't care. Like, if
Look at
Saudi
Yemen.
and Iran blow each other up, I really
Look
don't
at
give a
Yemen,
shit.
Dan. But Yemen is a very strategic point for the United States, for Europe.
Why?
Without the
Israel.
Suez Canal,
That's why.
Europe is done. Europe, everything is going to be 8 times more expensive
The
in
only
Europe.
reason they were blockading us, though, is because of our support for Israel.
Do you want, remember when the Muslim Brotherhood took over Egypt? Would you want the Muslim Brotherhood to control all imports into Europe?
I would much rather them than Israel.
Israel is about to build the Ben Gurion Canal, which is twice as big as the Suez Canal, and that's one of the most important things that's happening in the Middle East for all of Europe. When J.D. Vance launched the campaign in Yemen and said, why do we have to bail out Europe? He was talking about the canal, because Egypt has all sorts of leverage that they use on Europe all the time. Sometimes in the canal, they'll be like non-hostile things, because they don't want open hostility. So maybe a tanker will get stuck in the canal. The Suez Canal is a one-lane canal. There's a lot of
Yeah, the Houthis are
traffic.
controlling it, and you know that's kind of the
Do
issue.
you know how important that Suez Canal is to America?
I'm sure it's
Vastly.
important,
Massively important.
obviously. Otherwise,
These Houthis are not our friends. Forget about Israel for now, Dan. Let's just talk as Americans. Let's talk about making sure you're a businessman, that you, as a businessman, can import your goods from wherever you want, and they're going to get to their
greatest threat to
destination.
that is Israel. Because the Houthis are fucking pissed at Israel.
The Houthis are employed by Iran.
Right. And they're pissed at Israel.
They're hired hands. They're mercenary soldiers. When they go to war and they shoot missiles into Israel, they don't shoot barrages. They shoot one at a time. And they've been, decimated. It's not even a war. It's so... I even feel bad for them that they have to fight on behalf of Iran like this. Hezbollah was taken out.
What's the point?
The point is that Iran wants to control all trade into Europe. Iran is the #1 financier of the Islamification of Europe.
Iran's not trying to stop us.
Do you think that the
I should be
Muslims...
more worried about Iran than Israel?
For sure. Do you think that the Islamification in Europe is a bad thing?
Well, I think the open borders is perpetuated by this fucking Jew nonsense that they want to.
Right. Everything's to blame by the Jew.
Let's
Whites
see,
have no
let's
faculty.
see, is it
Whites
happening-
can never
is it
fuck
happening
up.
in fucking Japan? Is it happening in fucking China? No, it's happening in the place that
They
fucking Jews are
forbade
in control.
Muslims. Actually, I just read this story recently that they've interned the Muslims in China and turned the mosques into places where they serve alcohol and throw parties for people, for Chinese citizens. They've treated Muslims very differently than the West.
I find it very interesting that all the places that have it illegal to deny the Holocaust all have open borders.
Dan, did the Jews?
Maybe it's a coincidence.
Do you know how many millions of people are in Europe?
Yeah, it's like 450 million or 500 million.
No. Migrants.
No, they've opened the borders, but
They
who's
walked
opening the
there.
borders?
They walked there.
And these are poor people.
Do you think that Israel opened Turkey's borders to Europe?
No.
Okay, we're getting somewhere.
They probably helped bomb Libya.
How did the Jews flood Europe with all the illegals or all the Muslim migrants that are destroying Europe? When I grew up, I'm in my 40s. I don't know how old.
Do you know how many fucking Jews said, like, we need to, make this a melting pot. We need to destroy the white race. We need to.
Who said that?
I mean, I can give you a fucking
You wanna
list
pull up a
of
meme again?
thousands and thousands of fucking Jews that have said this. Always a fucking Jew that's saying this. Always a fucking Jew that's saying that.
You
I hate white people.
when you say
All
stuff
I'm doing.
when you say stuff like that, you make white people sound like they're incapable beings with no faculty.
No,
They can't mess up.
We're being controlled because of
I go on the TV and I watch like the Europeans and I see these like German women, and it all started with Syria, by the way. There wasn't the mass migration crisis until Syria happened. You know that, right?
We had a fucking issue when they opened
There was
fucking
migrants.
southern border.
Israel wanted to overthrow Syria, though. At war with
Now
America.
now we're in the greatest
Netanyahu
period.
talked about all the different countries that he wanted to talk
Syria,
about. So
Libya.
if we get rid of Saddam, it's going to be great. If we get rid of Gaddafi, it's going to be great. All
And
these
none of it's been
countries
great,
are
yeah.
fucking absolute shitholes now. You can buy a
Yeah,
slave
but
in Libya for $300 fucking right now.
Listen.
So like this whole Netanyahu, we have to topple this regime. We have to topple this regime. We'll add stability to the region. It's all fucking
it's endless
bullshit.
wars.
You have to understand, Israel has been at war with Iraq from the beginning of Israel. So of course Israel's going to come out and say, hey, we should go to war with this country.
They should fight their own fucking
But
wars.
you like literally,
my issue is
you
them lying
literally
to us
take
to
you
drag
literally
us
take
over
all
there.
the faculty away from the Bush family. Desert Storm happened in
Let me ask you this. Do
1990.
you think 9/11 was a controlled demolition? Or do you think that
Yeah,
there
it was definitely a controlled demolition.
Yeah, okay, so who do you think did that?
The Bushes and the
Who
CIA.
do you think
Bushes
benefits
were
from
involved,
that?
but
Major
you don't
deep
think
state.
that Israel benefits from that? What about all these
No, I don't think
Israeli
that's fine.
students that
I
were
don't.
there?
I don't believe that these 5 dancing Israelis
No.
is a bar high enough as
No,
evidence.
I'm not
they-
talking
they-
about
they
that.
were
All the
evidence. It goes
fucking
way
white
beyond
students
that,
that
though.
were in there planning fucking explosives and the fucking when
Yeah.
they lit up the side of the things that E-team on.
I know
that
the
was
guy.
exactly
What's
what
his
the
name? The
fucking
guy
thing
who
did.
owned the building. That was really
Lucky
sketchy.
Larry,
Oh, you
he was good friends with
That was
Netanyahu, who went out,
The
he
guy
went and
buys
got
his-
released
that's
right
the
before.
NFL
Making.
buildings,
Forget about
double
making
insurance now.
He made 4.5. He made 4.5
I
billion
know.
of that.
Listen, he should. That. I mean, is he still alive? I mean, he's
Yeah,
like
I
in
think
his
so.
90s if he's still alive.
So
Yeah,
you
that-
say
what
you
about all
don't
the
draw
betting
any
against-
correlation to fucking Israel there?
Not to Israel.
There was also major
To Larry,
betting against
yeah.
the stock market that
So
day.
Larry
You can do
benefited
wrong,
from
Dan.
that.
You can
But
do
Larry
damage.
was a Jew, and
It
he
doesn't
made
mean
friends.
that you're acting on behalf
Yo,
of
that was
Dude,
fun.
George Soros is not king of the Jews.
But it seems like
They
the
threw a
government-
fucking picture of
Netanyahu
Epstein
was
up
friends with that guy. There was Advanced Israelis. There was Urban Movers, which that's who they worked for. That guy fled to the country
There was-
right
And
after.
let me
that.
tell you something. Nobody is best friends with Bibi Netanyahu. You know,
Not a friend. They're not
Bibi
best friends.
Netanyahu has one best friend. Yair Netanyahu. His son.
It's not even a life.
I know. It's
What the fuck?
like,
There's definitely a lot of connections between 9/11. There's the Urban Movers. You know, their vans were spotted by Logan Airport, and where all the things went down.
so
The
like,
Zim shifting.
when the thing is when, like, you have to look at Israel. Israel has no allies in the world except the United States. Why would Israel attack the United States?
I think-
What?
Well,
Look at this happy bitch.
big catastrophe, and I'm Israeli, and I hope that.
Why are you smiling?
We have to deal with the kind of people that we're dealing with on a day-to-day
Why are you
basis.
smiling, you evil bitch?
I think
What?
the CIA was in on
What
it.
is it?
I hate you, cunt.
What do they get? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll
They
get to that.
benefit every
One
time they
subject
do a
at a time.
false flag attack. You should. Why would they
I
do
think-
it?
What? No.
I think
What?
the
How did they
CIA
benefit?
pushes
Let's
around
go
with them.
through it. Let's go through it.
Why do you-
Affair. That was their first false flag attack. They truly got caught.
Well, no. Let's talk about 9/11 instead of bouncing around.
Well, I just want to go in chronological order.
Listen, it's hard in a good faith debate to within a minute have to talk about the Holocaust.
I think there's a lot in
in a
9/11. No,
minute.
there's a lot in
You gotta give me
9/11.
time. I could stay here all day.
When did they do it? And I'm trying to give you a chronological, order of when they attacked their own fucking citizens, when they
Dude,
attacked
you're
US,
9/11.
when they attacked their allies, to try and get benefit, and I'm going to give
The
them
the hijackers were in the same town as Israeli spies.
Wait, what are we talking about? What's
Or 9/11.
what's 9/11 or USS Liberty? Where are we going?
We started the Levant affair. That was the first false
I
flag
guess we'll go
attack.
backwards.
What is worse? Okay, let's go. Levant affair.
Yeah,
Go
they're,
for it.
they're killing their allies. Try and blame them.
I don't know much about the
They bombed America and British and they tried blaming it on the Muslim Brotherhood.
Yeah,
So they were
bombed
trying, it was a false
Iraq,
flag
yeah.
attack. It was in 54, 56 or something. So
1956.
It was a long time ago, yes. So
6 years after Israel, 1954.
They tried killing President Truman before that. The Stern game tried assassinating him with letter bombs. So they tried killing a president there. They did a false flag attack on America and Britain.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. I want to since we're, let's use USS Liberty as like the anchor of this subject,
Right.
as opposed to Levant or any of these things.
There's lots of them.
USS Liberty is 1967,
Mhm.
right? 1967 war was an absolute miracle of survival. Yeah, I know people who were in the war, actually. Every single person in Tel Aviv dug graves before they went to battle. Tel Aviv, when they came back, there was empty graves everywhere. We didn't
You're
think
not
we
gonna
were.
get me to feel
let
bad.
me-
They did
I'm not
massacres
asking you to
there, too.
feel bad. I'm asking you to listen to me. I came here. I traveled far to be here with Jake. I don't want to like be talked over. I want to at least to be able to respond to
Go
you.
ahead.
Israel immediately came clean. First of all, before the U.S. said, "Hey, there was an attack," Israel said, "Hey, we accidentally did this attack."
That's not coming.
They had apologized. And let me
Well,
speak.
let's go piece by piece.
Dan, I don't want to have a moderator. Jake is strong enough to not have a moderator. You can't be so beta that you need a moderator.
Let me just say that. Here's the thing. If you say 15 different things and then we have to go back
You're the
and
one saying
dissect.
I can't even get a word in. I feel like I'm debating David Duke again. Jeez.
Okay, let's.
They actually like a minute apiece.
Okay, no, just stop. Let's just talk about each piece of it. So you're saying that they took ownership of it, and I'm saying they didn't. So let's discuss that, because that's the first point of contention. Let's sort that out, and then we'll move on, because I think that's a big deal. Them saying there was an accident is just total fucking bullshit. They
Okay,
were
can I get back?
for
Can
an
I
hour and a
finish?
half.
Can I finish, please?
Well, let's talk about that one point, because I think that's very important. Like, you're going to gloss over that and say, like, they took
Dan,
accountability.
my
saying it
point
was an
has
accident.
probably like 20 sentences in it.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying.
I
I'm
can't-
not going to remember all 20 sentences. So let's focus on the crux of this issue, which is you're saying they're taking accountability
Okay.
by saying it was an accident. And I think that's...
I heard you.
Yeah,
I heard what
that's
you're
wrong.
saying, and now I'm going to respond. Okay? So in the 1967 war, you have to understand the climate of Israel. Israel literally thought it was over. The whole country, the experiment, trying to create the Jewish homeland. Not one single. We didn't have allies.
So
we
the bomb
didn't
you
have
a
support.
ship.
Yeah, so yeah, but what the fuck are you
First of all-
talking about? I hate this person.
It was hellfire. There was
Dog, I
friendly
hate you.
fire
Shut
against
the
Jews,
fuck up.
against Jews. People were just shooting at any
Dog.
moving thing.
I hate this
duck
person.
flying in the sky. They
Nobody-
shooting at it. There was so much fear and dread and panic in the 1967 war. Context is important.
Buddy,
They were running with
People don't
Palestinian
just shoot
bulldozers.
down fucking
You know
people all
who
the time.
does? You know who does?
They were committing
Civilians
massacres
who
during
are
that
fighting
time.
a war. And in 1967 you had some trained people in the Israeli military. You had a lot of civilians. Everyone got drafted. Young men, old men.
They pretty much
all
already-
there.
they
Now,
already-
hold on,
they already
hold on.
run
Let
the
me
war at that
finish.
point.
Let me finish.
All right,
It's a
all
2 against 1, and I can't even finish a sentence. That's not good faith.
All right.
So, if you're going to be moderator, you got to moderate.
I want to comment after this. Let's go.
So here's the thing. USS Liberty shouldn't have been there in the first place. We, Americans, should not have been there.
Why
We were
not?
Why not?
because it was the
Bro!
middle of the battlefield. First of all, the largest
That's not true,
The
you
largest-
liar!
friendly
Yo.
fire incident took place between England and America. 35 people were killed, 34 on USS Liberty. Nobody cares about England doing a false flag. Or not a false flag.
Was England's false flag?
There were many of them, actually.
What
There were
was it?
several. The latest one was in Desert Storm, 1991.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about...
We'll pick
So
on
you want to go
Liberty.
farther back? The
No, no, no,
60s.
we're talking about-
1991 is
we're
irrelevant.
I want to talk about Liberty real
We're
quick.
talking about the war of 1967. So I don't want to hear about Iraq and a foreign country that did this. I'm talking about the U.S. and Israel.
So
focus
Israel
on the subject.
said there's actually a soldier an Israeli soldier that went to prison because he didn't fire on the ship, and because he didn't know if it was an American ship or
Had a
not.
huge American
And
flag.
other
That's a
people
lie,
were
bro.
because there was a lot of what this prison sentence of this Israeli does is it shows that Israel very heavily speculated that there were people. They didn't know if it was American or not. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Let me finish my point. I want to finish my point.
I've been going for a while. Let's be quick.
It's a 2 against 1, bro. I should have the most
Okay,
amount of time.
let me just deal with
What is worse? What is worse? A country that declares war against America, a country that fights a war against America, or a country that has a friendly fire incident, apologizes, and pays out the families?
Okay, let me answer this.
What's worse?
All right, let me
I'll let
fucking
him go real
talk.
quick.
It's way worse to kill your fucking ally on purpose. Infinitely fucking worse. It's not even close.
You use
Not even close.
Friendly fire.
I
was
agree.
Complete fucking bullshit. Because I was in the Navy.
Bullshit.
You weren't. Okay, so I did.
You don't mistake a fucking warship.
I know how it works. Like I've
You
been
don't
in a fucking
advise
airplane.
nobody.
People don't just accidentally fucking light up a fucking
Fuckers.
boat. People don't just accidentally drop napalm. It's not like shooting fucking ducks in the sky. When you're in the fucking military, you follow very specific orders. You don't just fucking fire on random
The
shit.
American military is very well organized compared to 1967
Let
Israel.
you talk. Let me finish.
Go for it.
This,
Barely let me
this
talk.
idea that like civilians are flying fighter jets is total fucking horseshit.
They weren't even fighter jets. They were jets with the
They were not
fans.
propellers. They were fucking jet fighters.
They were jets, but they
with
also
the
had
Star of
propellers.
fucking David on them. Let's just not spew bullshit.
I'm
They
saying
were-
that
they
the
were
the
jets.
Israeli Air Force had not only jets,
I don't care.
but propeller jets.
Okay,
That's how
that
unprepared
wasn't-
they were.
okay, this was not a propeller jet. So stop trying to like paint a bullshit picture.
It wasn't
This
a
was an
propeller
actual
jet. It was a horrible thing that should never have happened.
No. This is an actual jet. They shot the ship for an hour and a half. They dropped napalm on the deck. They shot the fucking lifeboats, which is a fucking war crime. They brought in another ship to fucking torpedo the vessel. They brought in attack helicopters. They knew it was a U.S. warship because you
Fact.
fucking flags. I was in the military.
Fact.
A big fucking flag.
Smack the shit out of this dude.
USS whatever on the fucking hull of the boat. Like, it's on the stern. It's very, very obviously identified U.S. warship. They flew over multiple times to check. They got the order and they attacked. And the only person that got thrown in jail was the person that didn't want to fucking attack. Probably because they realized that it was a fucking U.S. ship. And then afterwards, they took life rafts and they put them on fucking display as trophies. Okay? So don't tell me this was like some accident. That's just horseshit.
I was like, I had one thing.
Hold
real
on.
quick.
Let him respond. We can't double
No,
fucking
he's
keep
been
going.
waiting. Go.
Why if I had one thing real quick? The war was pretty much over the time. He said they were freaking out. They were when that was there, they were doing massacres. They were running over people in bulldozers. They were massacring
Fact.
children. And every single person, everyone that was on the Liberty, they all say it was a cover-up. Like, I've talked to a ton of the guys. You know, they just had their rally last
Not
week.
everybody on the Liberty.
God,
I mean,
get
I'm
fucked,
pretty damn
dude.
close
A lot of the families received large financial sums from
They put
Israel.
a gag order on them. I mean, it was a total fucking horseshit.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm trying to speak.
Okay,
I'll try to be fair.
How old are you? You're in your 40s?
Yeah.
You're also in your 40s, right? So you're telling me right now that a dispute, clearly it's a dispute, in 1967, 20 years before we were born, 15 years maybe before you were born, is the determining factor of why Israel's your enemy today?
They do it over.
No, absolutely
This
not,
was not the
dumbass.
first. That's why I brought up the Levant affair. When you actively target your
Levant affair was 10 years before
Hold
that.
on. When you actively target your allies, it's like when I'm dating a bitch. If she cheats on me multiple fucking times, I'm not gonna trust the bitch. Well, if I'm allies with a fucking country,
We have 5 minutes left.
Oh shit.
fuck
We
them.
didn't even get to smoke weed.
Fuck those motherfuckers. We ain't shutting shit down.
You hijacked this. This was actually a really good thing. I'm actually very disappointed.
I love
because
that.
We really
He
wanted
said,
to
"Fuck
talk,
those motherfuckers,
and
we
I-
ain't shutting
and I
shit
really
down."
wanted to, there's so many subjects, and the one thing I hate is just like when other people like hijack other people's spots. And I'm glad that you came because I'm glad that we got to meet. I don't like having to finish up such a sensitive conversation in 5 minutes because the studio has to
Our
close.
ceilings can close a little more.
We had
Yeah, hold on, let me see.
we had a whole plan for today, and you kind of just took it over. And
But because
you
you're
don't
saying
think
things that
Jake?
weren't
Yeah,
true,
because you
dude.
don't trust Jake. You
No,
think
no,
that Jake is
I-
losing the
no,
debate,
you were
and you gotta
saying
come
things that
in, you
weren't
gotta
true.
bombard everything.
No, you're saying things that
Kinda
aren't
just
true.
like
No, losing the
I'm
fucking
saying
debate
very
when you're
true
lying,
things, but I
faggot.
can't even get through a sentence with you.
We're not
And that's the
saying true
difference
things.
between you and Jake, because Jake, when Jake and I were talking, it was like there was It was easy to speak. There wasn't raised voices in the conversation.
But he didn't know that you were lying to him. I know that you were lying.
But I'm not lying.
Yes,
You're constantly lying. Oh my God.
I literally proved to you that the fucking mobile gas chamber
The
was
entire
yours.
time
Saying
lying.
that the Rambam was the Talmud. You're like pulling all these memes out of the thing.
Mishnah Torah
You
was
get
the
all
one
your
thing that was
memes
not-
from news,
No,
man.
the Mishnah Torah was
Everything
the one
that you're
quote.
pulling is some meme thing.
The Mishnah Torah was the one quote that was not directly in the Talmud, but it's still a part of fucking text, and it's still something that you guys.
All right, since I got you, I want to talk about other things. Let's talk about this. Why is it that anti-Semites will align themselves? I want your honest opinion. Why do they align themselves? Maybe you're not like this. Maybe you're a purist. It just seems like anyone who attacks Jews is all of a sudden friends. Muslims, gays, trannies, Nazis. They all are kumbaya moment. Why is that?
I don't think that's the case. I think that it's a
But it
common
is the case.
problem because when people attack, Israel or whatever, they
Are you playing Kanye's song? The HH song. Do you like it?
No, because they've deleted it from every streaming platform.
Let's say in its original content. Do you like it?
Yeah, I think it's catchy.
You like it?
I think it's a good song.
But when he talks about how he likes watching other men fuck his wife, do you like that too?
I didn't hear that lyric.
It's like the first lyric in the
Well,
song.
the problem is the Jews.
Let me read it.
refuse to
It's the
allow them-
Jews' fault that
Whoa,
Kanye
no,
said that.
Listen to what I'm saying. You didn't even
It's
let me
the
finish.
Jews.
Who stopped allowing
Okay.
his song to be streamed on any platform. Is that
HH
true or not?
lyrics. Everybody's got the song. You can
No,
get it
no,
anywhere.
no. The question was, did the Jews stop that song from being streamed on any platform? They took it off Spotify, they took it off Apple Music, they took it off...
Think that I'm stuck in the Matrix. Where the fuck is my nitrous? Yes, I am a cuck. I like when people fuck on my bitch. The shit that I'm posting on Twitter, they're telling me, hey, don't say that. This is the first lyric of the song.
Okay.
Isn't that weird? Like how alpha bros are just like so down for cucking all of a sudden?
I don't think that's what it is. I think that's what you're trying to make it.
That's the lyric, bro. I just read it to you.
It's one lyric
You're
in there.
reading like Mishnah Torah telling me it's Talmud. I'm reading you the lyric. Should I go through more?
Go ahead. I haven't heard the song in its entirety, so go ahead.
You just hear the
I
HH
just
part.
told you can't fucking download it anywhere because the Jews cut it off from every streaming
It's the
platform.
Nobody else. Nobody else.
Oh, who did it then?
Who did it, you
You can
fuck?
get it from anywhere.
Tell me who did it, because it's not on Spotify, it's not on Apple Music.
It's on Twitter. Dude, I can download it on the
Okay,
internet
Twitter's
right
the
now.
only place, and you can't download it from Twitter and put it in your iTunes library.
Everybody's got it. They made like country versions of it. They made cartoon versions of it.
It's gotta be kind of scary.
They made so. It's not scary at all. It's actually the funniest song ever because these like alpha cucks have literally been talking. Oh, the cuck this motherfucker's a cuck, and that motherfucker. We love Kanye. And Kanye's like literally sucking his cousin's dick
I never
one
said I
week,
love Kanye.
and
I
then
don't
watching.
like that
And just because he
doubles
says HH, everybody's like, oh,
No.
he could cuck, and cucking isn't
No,
so bad.
I'm not a huge Kanye fan. I think he doubled back on this. I don't like the fucking KKK shit. I don't think he comes with facts. Like, there's a reason that I am fucking against Jew supremacy, and I articulate it. He doesn't. He just says, fuck the Jews. I'm a Nazi. I'm a KKK
What do you think the
member,
solution
whatever
is
it
to the Jew, Dan?
I think that anybody that's in power needs to have responsibility. Just let me
I'm not
finish. You
answering.
asked me. So anybody that's in power needs to be able to be criticized. So Jews are disproportionately in power, yet you guys want to make yourselves in this victim class where nobody can fucking, criticize you, and that's the fucking big problem.
Why do you say that Jew took $800 million? Didn't you? What happened with your business?
Okay, now you're just.
No, I'm
spitting out nonsense.
curious
I didn't-
because it's
okay,
not
no, no, no.
nonsense. I'm curious
Okay,
because the
you
internet
said-
posts
okay.
all this news about
You
you.
said, why did I say that the Jew took $800 million? That's just nonsense. You're
Okay,
saying
then for the
complete
world,
bullshit.
because everybody's listening, explain what happened.
Everybody's not listening. I think we have like 11,000 people on here, but anyway.
They
I
will
never
listen.
said
We had
Jews-
hundreds
I
and
never said
hundreds
that
of
Jews-
thousands of people that were tuning in. Because of technical difficulties, they'll watch it later. Answer the question.
I never said that Jews took 800
And if nobody was listening, you wouldn't have felt the necessity to come down here and back up Jacob.
I was listening, and it was offensive to me to listen to him being lied to. So that's why I came down here, is because you were lying to him. And I know who invented the mobile gas chamber. It was a fucking Jew. So you trying to say?
All I was saying
And it
was
a
that
Jew killing
mobile gas
Christians.
chambers were used in
No,
the
they
Holocaust.
weren't. No, they weren't.
My ChatGPT said yes. Your ChatGPT says no. It's like we could go back and forth over this.
A Jew
This is-
invented that
okay.
before World
Dan,
War II
we're
killed
losing the
Christians.
manliness
Well, I
of
think
this
it's
debate.
important, though.
The manliness, bro.
I'm disappointed in you. I've been
My
watching
God.
you before I was a figure. And you're always seen as this
Motherfucker.
alpha male, 100 chicks, I'm the man, you got your new Sigma thing or whatever, you're teaching men how to be men, and it's just, kind of like made this space a little bit less manly. I got to be honest.
I mean, if people are taking masculinity
Oh my
advice from
God!
you,
Somebody
then
please
feel
smack
bad
the
for
shit
this.
out of
Point
them.
You
is,
know, two men can talk
Yeah.
without having to raise their voice, allow each other to speak and have a conversation.
Sometimes.
When you get into a
Cutting off
spurgy
people.
debate, like you're the one who cut off. You literally crashed the debate to cut me off.
He asked me to come here, but yes.
Yeah. He asked you to
He didn't
come.
say it's cool if Dan came by.
At the end, I said if he comes at the end. He came 30 minutes into the debate. We didn't even get to smoke weed.
It was like 50 minutes in, but
You know, we had an entire plan to smoke weed together. We were gonna break the internet.
you guys have all night to smoke weed together, and that's fucking cute. But
On
like,
the stream, Dan.
Okay, dude, whatever, man. I've been fucking smoking weed since you were a little kid. That's not the point.
Duh.
Yeah, I don't smoke weed no more.
Let's go.
I don't smoke it no more.
I bought him this
Kicking
ball
sand.
just so that we could smoke together. Let's do it, Jake. Come on.
Was that
Like,
smoking
I'm not getting
studio
hot.
or?
We got a few more fucking minutes. Like,
Yeah,
here's
let's
the
finish
thing,
up.
dude.
We'll
Like,
smoke outside.
No, let's smoke on the stream. Everybody's here. Let's have a juice smoke weed with some Nazi adjacents. Come on, man.
Nazi weed, alright, bud.
Be brave.
I don't
Call
want-
him Nazi
I-
Jason.
Then maybe we
Fucking
should
makes sense.
smoke
Somebody
weed
smack
so
the
you
shit out of
I
this
don't
dude.
smoke in the studio either.
I know he'd have a better time with the debate if I wasn't here, but I want to like keep this like factual. And the problem is he doesn't have.
No, you're babysitting. You're not doing facts. You're
No,
babysitting
Listen,
Jake.
no, I'm giving you the factual fucking evidence of everything that I'm saying. So like
You're
this-
not.
this
You're
is saying-
pull- you're
this is like
pulling
what typical
memes.
chicks do. They subvert and they lie.
You
And I'm
are like
holding you
David Duke.
accountable.
You just don't stop talking. You're not
Okay,
holding
that's
me
not an
accountable.
insult, by the way. I don't care. Like you think that I'm like David Duke?
No, I mean like he just talks a lot. He never lets a word in.
I mean, I just don't like when you fucking bullshit and then there's no push.
Dan, you're not gonna like everything that everybody does in the world.
I know, that's why I'm stopping it.
You're not stopping.
I am.
The Soviets invented the mobile gas.
I know they did.
Okay, but they
And
were
they
used
did
in a.
kill Christians.
Nobody said that the Nazis invented it.
Yeah,
I said that they were
it's a
used.
small point.
You guys are taking like
It's a small point.
That's what I'm saying. This
Okay.
is like an Andrew Wilson type of thing. You hyperfixate on the most small things so you can distract yourself from every other point of the argument you're losing.
I think the big stuff is like-
Oh my god, dude, I'm like required to answer 17 topics in 2 minutes. All of that means you're losing. That means
Name one topic that you think that I'm wrong on.
oh, let's go down what topic? Mishnah Torah. You were wrong about Mishnah Torah.
Oh, okay.
Judaism
So
does
that
not
was
promote
one thing
pedophilia. Pedophilia is outlawed in the Talmud. Sexual harassment is outlawed in the Talmud.
That's
Consent of marriage is required by the actual person, not the parent. That is an actual law. That is an actual law from the Mishnah
Why are
Torah.
you guys allowed to rape non-Jews?
We're not allowed to rape non-Jews.
Then why didn't that guy go to jail when they had him on?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The guy that raped him in prison.
I don't know
They
what you're
did
talking
do that.
about.
And there was some rabbis that condoned it.
I don't know what you're
He was
talking about.
literally on video raping a Palestinian prisoner. It's not like
It was a
this is
gang-
not
it was a gang
conjecture. This isn't like conspiracy theory. It's on public television, and now the guys.
And did he go to
They
jail?
brought him
No,
on
he's
TV.
a
They brought him on
celebrity.
TV to do reality shows.
You know what? We shouldn't smoke weed on this podcast.
He's a celebrity.
You want to know
Next
why?
time.
We shouldn't smoke weed because I feel like you kind of ruined the podcast, Dan.
I mean, I don't think you guys should smoke weed because I don't want you guys to get any fucking dumber. I want you guys to learn this shit.
You're the dumbest element in this conversation.
Yeah,
Am I though? You haven't been able to refute
Let's-
one
let's-
sentence.
I
keep
have.
it friendly and not
Listen,
insult each
I'm
other.
not even allowed 20 seconds on an answer
You have 20
because you're
seconds.
babysitting. Literally, I
Then
gotta
you guys
tell
should
you,
go through
I
that
gotta
30
tell you, big
seconds.
shout out to Owen
That's not
Schroyer.
smoke
I was talking to
seconds.
Owen Schroyer about this a lot. InfoWars is really excited to have two men sit down and have a
I think
conversation.
you guys have a good conversation. You
I'm
can stop
prepared.
insulting each other.
InfoWars is scared as fuck to have me on there because they don't
Yeah.
want to face the truth because they're fucking owned by Israel.
That's
Twice Alex from Chandler
Alex
wasn't happy
is
on and then
owned by
backed
Israel.
out.
Here we go again.
Why will they talk about everything except for the fucking Jew?
They talk about the Jew all the
No, he
time.
doesn't.
All the time. Are you kidding me? You kidding me?
The globalists. The globalists.
No.
The
Do you watch
globalists.
Harrison Smith? Do you watch Owen Schroyer? Do you watch Alex Jones? Just because
Some of Alex
Here's the
Jones'
thing,
stuff.
just because Alex Jones doesn't jump on your it's the Jew for everything
No, it's just
bandwagon,
always the
you
globalists.
attack him.
It's always the global. What the fuck is the globalists?
The globalists are a conglomerate of very powerful, wealthy, ultra-billionaires of many different races who conspire together to control the world for their elite, small group of society, heavily influenced by the World Economic Forum, by other different agencies.
That happen to be Jewish.
World Economic Forum is literally Nazi.
No, the neocons, the fucking globalists, it's all just words.
They're not. That's what I'm
All-
saying.
almost
To
all
you,
the
everyone
neocons
is
are
Jewish.
Really? Like 11 out of the 12 most prominent neocons were fucking Jewish.
Here we go again.
You
It's
think
like,
I'm wrong?
no, yeah, George Bush.
Okay.
The Koch brothers. They financed the entire neocon movement. The Walmart family. I mean, like, we're talking about, like, just there, I just put together $150 billion worth of money for Neocon Inc. But no, the Jews.
I'll give you the.
Your chat GPT.
There's definitely a lot of them. I'm not trying to go
Paul
two on one,
Wolfowitz,
but the
first
majority of them
one,
are.
Richard Pearl, William Crystal, Howard Kagan. They're all fucking every single one of them. It's like, dude, like out of these people, it's like one is not Jew. Go ahead, go through the list. Is Wolfowitz, is he not Jew? Pearl not Jew? Crystal not Jew? Kagan not Jew? They're all fucking Jew. I literally just put in top neocons. That's all I said. Who were the top neocons? The only search I did.
No, I know most of them are.
So you're like just cherry picking a couple that aren't Jewish.
Let's switch it to why is anti-Semitism? Who's to blame for anti-Semitism?
Hold on.
Jewish behavior or people like me and Dan?
Douglas Faith, John Bolton, Victoria Newland, Dan Sr.
Okay, Paul Wolfowitz,
Do you
Owen
understand-
Abrams, Richard Pearl, Paul Berman,
Do you understand
Douglas
that-
Faith, Bernard Lewis, Lulu Schwartz. One is not Jew. Richard Pipes,
exhausting.
Daniel Pipes, David Horowitz, another Jew. Robert Kagan, another Jew. Like,
This
because you can't
motherfucker.
debate. I mean,
Because you can't debate, because you're a dumb motherfucker, bro.
Debate. I literally traveled here to debate Jake.
and he said,
And you're
he
babysitting
said to come over here.
I thought that
He
meant at the
invited
very
me to
end. I didn't think that meant that I
It
was
wasn't
debating
very- It
you.
was 45 minutes into the fucking thing.
By the way, this is me not giving a fuck.
I mean, yeah,
This was.
this is you washing away your fucking sorrows.
I think we
Losing the debate.
I spoke outside.
Losing the debate. All right. Thank.